Hey Gemini, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot, or welcome if you're new. Please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. This is going to be another reading for Gemini. I really appreciate all the love that you guys have been showing and all the support. And so I'm just gonna show you guys some love. So I'm coming out with another reading for you guys. And if the other signs get jealous, then we can get them some peanut butter for their jelly, because you guys are the ones that are supporting my channel the most. So I appreciate that. And so we're going to do a reading for you guys again. All right. We have a little pre-message right here. You had the first cards that actually came out was the Sun, followed by the Queen of Pentacles. So what that's telling me, Gemini, is there's been some sort of like clarity, some sort of joy that you're feeling right now, right? You're feeling stable. You're feeling grounded in your environment. You're feeling like things are going well for you. Bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. Okay, so I feel like there was something at one point in time you weren't allowing yourself to see, that you allowed yourself to have a different perspective. The Ten of Pentacles was underneath the Hanged Man, and that card wanted to be known. And what's kind of showing over here, you had the Knight of Pentacles. So I felt like you wanted to feel stable, right? You wanted to feel grounded, and like you wanted to feel like you were tied and belonged or connected somewhere. And you wanted to feel like you were abundant, and that what you were doing mattered, where you were growing towards mattered. And I felt like you're seeing something differently. You weren't allowing yourself to see something clearly or acknowledge something fully. There might have been something that you kind of, for some of you, there was something you wished for that didn't seem like it was possible. But I felt like you released that hesitation and resistance, and you allowed yourself to see that maybe it was possible. Maybe that you can have something grounded in whatever you saw as wish fulfillment, or you saw as something that wasn't necessarily tangible for some of you. But either way, whatever this is for you, you're seeing something differently. You're having a different viewpoint, a different perspective on something, which is helping you to bring in joy and clarity and stability. You feel more nurtured. Also, guys, I wanted to go over a couple of messages. The other day, I was actually going to be doing your reading for the last couple of days, and something kept on like coming to me and coming to me and coming to me. So I'm going to share that with you guys real quick. So personal experience, and sorry, the wording is kind of weird. The wording is kind of like a very old kind, like, okay, so this is what I got, okay? Personal experience is more stronger and lasting learning more than an experience shared. So basically what you experience yourself, it's going to have a deeper, longer lesson, impression than something that you hear from a third party or an experience somebody shares with you. When it impacts you, that's when you feel it, basically, right? So again, the personal experience is a more stronger and lasting learning more than an experience shared. Okay. And then I also kept getting like how, okay. For those of you, if you watch Game of Thrones, there's this part on there with the watchtowers, right? Or the watchmen. And they were saying that, and that not just there, it's actually a verse in the Bible. So that verse kept coming to me. And so I actually looked it up, and it's actually hold on. Okay. So it's a Bible's verse. It's Psalm 127, verse 1. So Psalm 127, verse 1. And it says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. So And you don't have to be religious. Me personally, I'm more spiritual than religious. I believe in all paths to God. So to everybody, to each his own, right? Whatever floats your boat. But this message is basically saying for all of us, there's something above us. There's something higher, bigger, greater, always. Me personally, God bless you. Me personally, I do believe in one God. So to me, I believe that like basically I want my creator to bless everything that I'm doing. And before I had forward movement, I would prefer to get that sort of direction to do so. When I get that forward movement direction, things kind of line up better versus when I'm sitting there like acting out of like just excitement and wanting something. But when I'm patient and I allow things to unfold naturally, it seems to work out better. And it's smoother versus when I'm trying to force things that don't fit. It's not a good result, right? It's problematic. So take those as those resonate for you. But I feel like there's something, and for some of you Gemini, like this might be you, unless you agree to fully like move forward in something's not moving forward. Like there's actually a lot in that. I'm going to read it one more. Sorry. Let me take it off the camera. Sorry. Okay. Psalm 127 verse 1. Unless the Lord builds the house, God bless you. God bless you. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. Okay. So if you combine those two, that when we have an experience, it's deeper, it's more meaningful, it's more impactful when we have a personal experience, and that basically there's like a higher power that okays everything and finalizes everything, and that basically needs to provide that green light towards us. Take that as it resonates, everyone. I just feel like for those of you who that resonated with, I felt like you already have an intuition that you picked up a message on your own from that. For those of you, I don't want to force anything on anybody, but I feel like Spirit's really wanting to go over that message. Let's see what's the bottom of the deck right here, the Knight of Pentacles. And also the Knight of Pentacles was right here. So I felt like, Gemini, there's something you're trying to work towards, build at. Let's see what's peaking. The Six of Cups. You've been trying to do this for a while, or you've had a nostalgic connection with this. Person, place, or thing, take it as it resonates. You're trying to build and do something, work towards something that's lasting for you, that has the ability to be lasting. You're wanting to build and create and manifest. Sorry. For some of you, you might be trying to make a home with somebody. You're trying to create a home with somebody. This might be a business opportunity. This is something you're wanting to work towards and move forward towards. You've been wanting it for a while. Maybe that might be what these messages that I was getting are about. But there's something basically like you have to experience this for yourself, Gemini. Nobody can tell you yes or no. Nobody can explain to you, okay, if you were somebody who never, if you were on a foreign island and all of a sudden, like 40 years later, you came to join the rest of the planet. And for the first time in your life, you experienced emotion. You experienced like different things. Nobody could tell you how those things would make you feel or react or behave until you experienced it yourself, right? So I feel like there's something you're trying to work for, trying to build at, initiate, strengthen, develop. And I feel like nobody can tell you. Like there's initiation with you. And this is something that with this card, all of a sudden, I'm getting like the Four of Coins vibe. Like there's something you've been holding tight to your chest. And you see the sun back here too. And the sun's like the card that's right above this. So I feel like there's something, Gemini, you've been really excited for something. You've been motivated, quietly motivated. And you see how she's like holding a little flower right here, the sun. with the Sun card. There's something you're trying to create and manifest. I feel like for some of you, you might be doing it quietly. You might be doing it kind of like behind the scenes a little bit. But I feel like you're seeing things different. You have a different perspective. You're allowing yourself to see something. And this is allowing this forward movement in something that's going to be good long term for you. You've had some sort of heal. Oh, shit. Make sure that was the only thing that came out. Spirit wants to look at this card, which is the Strength card. And you have the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords came out. All right. So this, Gemini, you had went through something that was really difficult. Like you were alone. Somebody betrayed you in a way that nobody should be betrayed. You have hurt and cried, and you have been hurt in ways that words cannot even express. And you've went on a journey of healing that. You might still be working on healing elements of that. But you've gained a confidence. You've gained an inner knowledge. You've gained a peace. You've gained like an internal confidence, an internal strength where you know that you're capable of anything. You can go through anything and still be able to make it out with your head held high. This is a beautiful energy, Gemini. I like that. Okay. Let's see. Gemini. We're going to be done with this deck actually for a minute. I'm going to put it over here. The Magician. So again, you're trying to create something. You're trying to manifest something. I feel like you already have everything you need in order to create what this is that you're trying to create. But obviously you're creating it. It hasn't came about yet fully. All right, Gemini. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you have for Gemini for February? All right, we're not going to use this deck either. Alrighty then. We're going to put this back together and we're going to use this deck and see what Spirit wants to talk about for Gemini. Hi, Shani. Hi, Anna. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Let's see. We have a pre-message here. Hold on. Some of my cards fallen. Okay. You have the King of Wands and the 8 of Wands. So there's something that you're passionate about. You're wanting to move forward towards, but you're wanting to communicate something. Some of you might have received some sort of communication, or you're waiting on communication. For some of you, I felt like there's been like positive forward movement and sort of something that you've been like manifesting, trying to create. I feel like it's been quick, sudden movement. Obviously, right? Sudden movement is usually quick. Sorry, guys, I don't know what the heck. WTF. And then right here, you have the Fool and the King of Cups with the King of Wands. So you're looking at things differently, Gemini. You're communicating different. You're handling yourself different. You're talking to people different. You're manifesting and creating something. I just keep getting creative energy. Like we had the Magician. We had the Knight of Pentacles. Now we have the Fool card. But she is like painting something in the background, right? Usually with the Fool card, they're jumping off a cliff. She's manifesting and creating. She's painting and building. She's doing something. And she has some sort of emotional tie towards it. And she's passionate about it as well. For some of you, this could be a business. This could be a relationship. This is something you're inspired and motivated by. And you have like this, just as much as you have passion about it, you have a love. You have an interest in it. I feel like you've been trapped in your thoughts about the way that, like, if this will work out or not, though. Somebody might tell you something and you doubt it. Like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. You're defensive. You don't want to. I feel like you're wanting to manifest something. You're wanting to create something. Again, we have the Magician again. So you're trying to create something and manifest something, but you're kind of stuck in your thoughts. You're like, on one moment, you're wanting to create it. You're wanting to manifest and move forward, and you think you can, and you're confident. And the next moment, you have like, if it's a like a relationship, you doubt whether they're being honest or sincere. Like, if it's a business or a career or something, like you doubt if it's going to have forward movement or forward in a timely fashion. Like, there's thoughts in one moment where you're like wanting things to move forward, and you feel like they are, and you feel like they can, and you're confident about it. And then all of a sudden, you have conflicting thoughts. And I feel like there's this concern, like, for some of you, you might have gotten bad news about something not moving forward. Either like there was a breakup recently, there might have been a transition in your job. But no matter what you have going on personally, Gemini, I feel like things are more positive than what you're seeing them. And that might have been the first message, that having a different perspective allows you to kind of like actually see things for what they are and have a more positive outlook. I feel like there's something that you weren't allowing yourself to see. And then once you have a new perspective on that, see things differently, I feel like things kind of transition pretty quick for you. I feel like you're like kind of like you're excited about your future. You're confident about it, but also there's things that you're nervous about. There's things that you're doubtful and resistant towards. I feel like you're very passionate, though. You're very passionate to get where you're going. There's something you're wanting to create and manifest. A new me. That's what I heard. I heard a new me for some of you. Take that as that resonates. All right, let's see what else we can get for Gemini for February. Gemini. I'm not really, this isn't the deck either. Mm-hmm. Hold on, guys. Okay, hold on. Oh, let's do this one. And this one. Okay. You have the Five of Swords again, the Knight of Swords. So there's some sort of truth or clarity that's going to come at you pretty quickly. You're going to be doubting it. It's in regards to building and creating something. You have the Three of Pentacles right here. So there's something you're trying to manifest. You're wanting to build and create something. I feel like you're doubting something. You might be doubting somebody's building it and working with you in the way that you thought. Then you have the, I just picked this up in the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like you might be doubting if somebody's being truthful, if somebody's wanting to actually move forward like you thought. There's some sort of wish fulfillment involved in this potentially. The King of Cups. I just feel like there's like this forward and backward movement. Like you're confident and stable and feeling it. And then the next moment you're kind of like really analyzing it. Like really like looking at it and being like, can you trust it? Like trying to see through its soul, basically. There's something you're really analyzing, Gemini. Like, is this right for me? What is going to be the final outcome of this? King of Wands, but you're passionate about it. You're still moving forward in it, with it, to it, for it. Knight of Swords. So I feel like you're going to speak something, or somebody's going to speak something to you. Let's see what else for Gemini. You have the Two of Pentacles and the Death card. So whatever, you have a lot going on right now, Gemini. A lot going on that you're trying to keep up with a million things. And I feel like it's hard and it's draining and it's causing you to kind of evaluate what needs to be changed, what needs to be transitioned. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords. But be honest with yourself and be realistic. There's something you're forcing yourself to like do something. For some of you, you're trying to do too much and you're not allowing yourself to take a break, and you're kind of pushing yourself. Like you're pushing yourself to be unhealthy in a way that you're kind of forcing. Sorry, guys. Let me gather my words. There's a lot going on for whoever this message is for, and they're dealing with it, but they need to rest, and they're not allowing themselves to rest. They need to have a decent meal, but there's too much to do, and they're not allowing themselves. They need a drink of water, but there's too much to do. There's a lot going on, and I feel like there's an ending that needs to come to that energy, or is going to come to that energy. But you need to be honest with yourself in regards to like what needs to go and what's okay to stay. King of Wands picked it up in the reverse. So you might be losing passion on something that you were once passionate about for some of you. All right, let's see. So you have the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Death card. So there's something, again, it speaks about balance, having to fight for something, a new opportunity coming in, a new offer, young opportunities, young immature offers, and then some sort of ending. So I feel like there's, for some of you, you've had to fight for balance. You've had to fight to make something fair, to have people contribute the way that they have been. You've had to fight for this. You've had to stand up and fight for yourself, for some of you. And then there's this energy of new offers coming in and a change, a necessary change, something ending because it was necessary. What else? Something's unknown to you right now. What's unknown to Gemini? What's unknown? The Three of Cups in the reverse. So somebody might be doing sneaky, shady things behind your back. You might be fighting with your partner because there's like some, I feel like there's like your person might have a wandering eye. If you have a person, I feel like there's some sort of, you're not being kept in the loop in regards to something for some of you. Then you have the King of Swords, the World card, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, Gemini, somebody's doing something sneaky and shady, but you're going to find out about it. Ace of Swords. Okay, so this isn't going to be for everybody, and I'm going to pull more cards and do a different reading after this one. But for whoever this is going to be for, it looks like you had to fight to bring something into balance, and it just did not work. I feel like you tried and stuck it out, and you dealt with a lot of BS from your person and had like ridiculous situations. And I felt like you just stuck it out the best that you could, but I felt like there wasn't success in sticking it out, right? There was your person is sneaky and shady. They're still doing they're still doing things behind your back. For some of you, they are currently cheating on you. You have the Three of Cups in the reverse, and you also have the Seven of Swords down here, and you also have the Three of Swords. I'm assuming that your person is sneaky and shady and deceptive because the cards say so. But you're going to become aware of this somehow. Somebody's going to tell you this. You're going to find this out. This is going to be a needed, necessary change for you. This is going to cause somebody to potentially move for some of you. Things are going to definitely be different after you get this truth, after you get this clarity, after somebody speaks something and tells you something. Things are definitely going to be a lot different than what they were before. Somebody was sneaky and deceptive. Somebody was shady and deceitful. Somebody tried to do things behind your back. Somebody was looking out for their own best interest and not yours, not the connections. But you're going to find out this information somehow. I don't know if somebody's going to tell this to you, if you're going to see it. I don't know what it is, but you're going to find out, and you're going to be hurt and disappointed. You're going to be sad and from this energy. But then you have healing coming in from that energy. So I just want to point this out again, because this was in the pre-message as well. You had the 3 of Swords followed by the 4 of Swords. And now they're out here again. So I don't know who this resonates, but it's definitely for somebody, because this exact same combination came out in the pre-message as well. So for whoever this message is for, just understand that you are ultimately headed towards a victory with love, in love, for love, whether you believe it or not right now. There's something, a connection that you're going to move forward towards. This might be like you being more inspired and more in love with yourself than what you used to be or what you thought you could be. I feel like you're going to have a new spark, a new inspiration. You have Judgment. Yeah, you're going to find out something, Gemini. And that knowledge that you have, that knowledge you find out, is going to allow you to have this forward movement. Let's go ahead and get some additionals for whoever this reading resonates. Okay. Gemini. I hope everybody's doing well. I appreciate you guys taking the time to check out my channel. I'd appreciate a like, share, and subscribe. Let's see what this is. Oh, crap. Got the 10 of Swords. So, and then let's see what this is. The Strength card. So, Gemini, whatever you have to go through, whatever you endure, it's not nice. It's not fun. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, right? Like, you have went through hell and back, and you're still there to tell about it. You're still there to laugh at it. You're still there to, like, I'm getting like that energy of like you trick those that try to trick you. Like they tried to overcome you. They thought that you were weak and they could prey on you, but really, actually, like, you were stronger than they were. And I felt like you're now looking back at a situation, person, place, or thing, whatever this was for you, that caused you a lot of hurt, a lot of disappointment, a lot of mental turmoil. There might have been arguments, like where they like kind of said like they hit below the belt. They said things that they can't take back, things that cut you deep. And then I just heard that song. What is it? Rod Stewart. The first cut is the deepest. But I felt like you learned to engage and interact and balance. You learned to balance these energies. And now you're confident and you're stable and you're secure with it. I feel like you can kind of like, you're not worried to deal with difficult situations, people, place, or thing, because you've had to. You know that you have a mental strength within you that, like, other people are playing checkers and you're playing chess. Like, they're like little kindergartners and you're in college. Like, it's not even on the same playing field. I feel like you look at them like with pity. Like, there's somebody who disappointed you and you still have them like around. For some of you, they're still in your environment in some way, shape, or form where you have to witness them or things about them. So you're privileged. Like, you get information or insight about this situation that somebody else is dealing with now, that they caused difficulty for you. Now they're dealing for they caused difficulty for you, and now they're dealing with difficulty. And I feel like you can help this person. Like, you can help bring emotional and mental balance but why would you want to, right? Like they weren't there. They weren't helpful. They caused difficulty for you. But for some of you, I feel like you do want to help this person. Like I feel like you feel pity on them. I feel like there's some sort of like balance and like growth, like confidence, self-confidence that you gain from all this hurt, from all this disappointment, from all this like mental conflict, from people talking mad crap about you. Yeah, you're evaluating things, you're looking at things, you're kind of seeing like who's there, who can stay. Like, do you want to keep doing things that same way with that same person? You have the Hermit, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So there's definitely been some sort of internal journey. You've gone within to gain balance. I feel like you've been like really on your own, talking to yourself, talking with yourself in spirit for a while. I feel like there was moments where you're just disappointed, like you gave so much and got so much little back. People weren't fair. People weren't honest and sincere, and it really ate away at your confidence at times. But I felt like it kind of inspired you and encouraged you to do better for yourself, to get better, to have better, to do better. I felt like there was this energy of like being like, I felt like it was hurtful. It was disappointing at first. But for some of you, I felt like you found inspiration being alone. Like something you once saw as a weakness, you saw as a great strength later. Knight of Cups again. So I feel like there's something you're wanting to take forward movement, because you have an emotional attachment. You have emotional interest in something for some of you. Gemini. Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Moon. So for some of you, you're wanting somebody to reach out and communicate towards you, and they haven't, and that's caused you to feel disappointed. But it felt like this lack of knowledge, lack of knowing something has actually motivated you and inspired you. I felt like you were once disappointed by somebody's lack of reciprocation. And I felt like you found a way to do things different. I keep getting that energy. You're seeing things different. You're doing things different. It's a new you. And people don't know it yet. People haven't fully acknowledged or witnessed it yet, but they will. There's something you're still working on in regards to your emotions, though. You're trying to bring clarity to your emotions. Heal your thought processes for some of you. All right, Gemini. Then you have the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're being more like nurturing and like I feel like you're self-reflecting as always, but I feel like you're being kind and compassionate towards yourself. I feel like you're being more graceful with things that you need to work on, instead of like being so mean to yourself about like things that you knew to do better and you didn't. I feel like you're kind of like gracefully accepting those lessons and like, okay, next time I'm going to do better, instead of being disappointed and like kind of beating yourself up for it. All right, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So again, you're just really having solid movement forward towards your stability, towards having groundingness, towards feeling attached to something. You're trying to create something. I keep getting you're trying to create something. What are you trying to create, Gemini? We're done with this message. I'm going to put this away. Okay, so what is this? The Five of Wands. So some sort of fighting, Gemini. You're fighting for something, or you had to fight for something. Gemini. lost that message. Sorry, guys. Gemini. All right, this will be our last shuffle. Gemini. Thank you, Spirit. All right, for Gemini. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, my bad. My bad. All right. Cool beans. So, bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles, and I kept getting this energy earlier, right? We're holding on to something too long, too tight. And also the Queen of Pentacles, something in your environment, somebody that you feel connected towards, something that you've had there for a while, something you want to nurture. Okay. Your current energy, you have the Queen of Cups. The last pre-message I'm going to take, you have the Queen, or sorry, you have the Ace of Swords with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, and then the Fool card. So I felt like there's some sort of truth or clarity coming in. I feel like for some of you, you're accepting that idea of like, hey, this is a person, place, or thing, whatever it is for you. This is something that I want to nurture. This is something that I want to like see through. I want to like follow it through. I want to see it come to full fruition. You're acknowledging that. You're seeing that truth. There's some sort of balance coming in regards to this wish fulfillment, this new offer, this new opportunity. There's some sort of balance coming in. All right, Gemini. Gemini. No more pre-messages, okay, guys? Gemini. Eight of Wands came out a couple times. All right, Gemini. No more. No more pre-messages. All right, one more shuffle. All right. Your current energy, you have the Queen of Cups. So again, there's something that you're trying to nurture, develop. You're working on something. For some of you, you're nurturing a family, a home environment. For some of you, you might have recently found out you're pregnant. So I feel like you're working really heavily on making sure that you're taking your vitamins and eating well and just staying healthy as much as possible. But there's something you're trying to nurture in your home environment, in your environment. Then you have the Ace of Cups. So again, for some of you, this could be a child. This could be a baby. This could be something that you've recently found an emotional attachment towards with. There's some sort of celebration. Like I'm seeing a wine glass right here. I don't know if you guys could see it. I feel like there's some sort of celebration coming in. You're celebrating, and there's like this connection right here. And there's a girl by a man statue. I felt like there's something for some of you, there's like a new connection that has recently came in, or you're trying to allow like a new cycle in a connection. This can be how you're loving yourself as well. It's just something that you're emotionally invested in and you're wanting to nurture it. You're thinking about it very fondly. And it like you're looking at it and you're like imagining the future. You're imagining the like what can come. This is new energy. This is beautiful energy. It's something that was inspired and brought to you by spirit. It's something that you're excited and have the potential to like develop this much further than what it is right now. Yes, Sandy. I'm going to get to some questions later. As long as this doesn't take me too long. I got like 2 jobs, and then this is like I joke that this is my second and a half job. Hopefully I blow up and I could just be a YouTube star and I could just do readings all day. But until then, I got a couple jobs. So as long as this don't take too long, then yeah, I'm gonna do some personal readings at the end. So at a soul level, you have the Page of Pentacles. So at a soul level, there's something you're trying to manifest. You are inspired to create something. I feel like it's been a lot of work though. It's been a long journey to get there. A lot going on. A lot for you. A lot. I feel like there's a lot going on and you're manifesting a lot. There's a lot still to do. In your recent past, you have the Five of Wands. So a couple of these cards came out in our pre-messages. So I feel like there's been like energies that kind of like, Gemini, I feel like you got some red flags that kind of you dismissed, right? And they kind of keep popping up. But I feel like for some of you, they're not red flags, so that they're not like bright red. You're not sure if it's red or a shade of orange for some of you. And I felt like you've been like a little bit defensive just in case in the recent past. What is this recent past? You have the Six of Wands. So somehow, Gemini, somehow you being defensive has actually been a victory for you, like in the recent past, or you fighting for yourself, you defending yourself, you standing up for yourself has led to a victory, either mentally, emotionally, in your environment, however it is for you. But I feel like they're like whatever you fought for allowed some sort of victory to come in. I like that. That's cool. All right, your crowning energy, you have the Seven of Cups. So this kid, okay, I'm getting a couple of different things on this. So for some of you, you have a lot of offers, a lot of opportunities, person, places, or things, whatever it is for you. But I feel like you might feel like some of them or all of them might be deceptive. Are things really going to work out as good as I'm hoping, as good as I'm thinking, as good as my intuition is telling me? I feel like there's like a lack of clarity and you're just trying to go with the flow. You're not fully understanding something, or you're not fully like acknowledging an offer, an opportunity to its full ability or its full capacity yet for some of you. For some of you, you might be thinking about different events that took place in your past that caused you emotion, like confusing emotions. For some of you, you're like reliving experiences and trying to gain clarity to like learn the lesson to like why do you keep doing that? Why did that happen? Was that good? Was that honest? What was the purpose of that? I feel like you're just thinking a lot about offers made in the future, in the past. Something that, like, for some of you, there's an energy of like there was offers extended to you that were not trustworthy. And I felt like you're reviewing those experiences and times that you had red flags and dismissed your red flags because you weren't sure if it was red flags or a weird shade of orange. So take that as that resonates. I feel like there's like you're reviewing, reanalyzing experiences, processes, offers, opportunities for a lot of you. All right. Your near future, you have the King of Wands. So I like this for you, Gemini, especially with all the other cards and the pre-messages we were getting. There's something you're trying to manifest and create. And I feel like in the near future, you're actually going to take forward movement towards manifesting and creating it. This speaks about you moving forward towards something that you're passionate about. And with all the other cards that we were getting before, I know that you have an emotional investment in as well. So I'm very excited for you. What is going to be? What else can we talk? Oh, okay. That was a lot. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Oh my God, that was the most awkward. Whew. All right. Okay. Make sure I got them all. That was a lot. All right. So Gemini, in regards to this near future, something that you're very passionate about, you're going to be taking this forward action, or it might be moving forward towards you, but definitely there's some sort of forward movement, whether you're doing it or it's being done towards you. There's forward movement. And we have a lot to tell about it. Let's see. Are these? Okay. So this forward movement that you're passionate about, it's going to change things. There's a big change coming in. You might be moving again for some of you. We had the World card come out a couple of different times. We also had the Eight of Wands several times. So there definitely might be movement in 2023 for some or majority of you. There's definitely a new way of experiencing life. And there's definitely going to be some sort of, you might not expect things to move the way that they move in regards to what this is that you're passionate about. I feel like you're going to be celebrating things and just living in the moment. And I feel like that, like, whatever this is for you, for some of you, you might be taking a plane ride towards somewhere to like do something or manifest something or finalize something. You're trying to create something. There's something that you're going to end up celebrating in regards to this. There's a change, there's a transition, there's a big jump forward, and you're building something. You're working with somebody to create something. I feel like in your near future, you're not going to see how many people are going to be helping you create and manifest something. Then you have the Fool, the Tower, and the Six of Cups. So I felt like you've been creating something for a really long time, right? And you didn't think it was going to work. And then all of a sudden, like when you like kind of give up on it or quit expecting it, for some of you, it might be a person. But I feel like this kind of circles back around. Like something that you like once saw like was going to have forward movement. You were passionate about it. There's been some sort of change within that energy of working and moving forward with somebody, person, place, or thing, whatever that is for you. I feel like there's been like some sudden change in that energy. You wanted to have this forward movement, and then suddenly there's like a change in how you feel about it. And then you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this speaks about no longer having passion, forward movement, no longer wanting to build and create, no longer being invested in this. I don't know what happens, Gemini, but it sounds like there's going to be something in the future where for some of you, there was an offer at one point in time to move forward and somebody didn't want to, and now they're going to offer the opportunity again, but you're going to say thanks, but no thanks, because you're no longer like, I don't want who don't want me, and I don't want to chase somebody down. I don't keep those who don't want to be kept. And if you wanted to work with me in the first place, you would have. And like, I feel like there's been like some, like, I feel like there's this forward movement towards yourself. Like you're passionate and inspired about yourself. I feel like you're going to be rejecting somebody in your near future. They're going to be the ones taking this forward movement towards you. And you're going to be like, thanks, but no thanks. How other people see you, how you see yourself is the Knight of Cups. So you see yourself as somebody who's very kind, very giving, nurturing, compassionate. You might feel like you give too much and other people don't give back equally. They don't contribute. I feel like there's been a lot of waiting. You've been waiting on something. You've been waiting. You see yourself as waiting and you don't want to wait anymore. You're inspired and you want to have forward movement. You've been waiting for something and you don't want to wait anymore. How other people see you as the Page of Wands. So other people see you as like very much inspired and motivated by something. Something has recently like ignited your fire, caught your passion, and you're wanting to pursue this person, place, or thing, whatever this is for you. You're excited and motivated towards something, and people acknowledge that, and they witness that, and they see that. Are they happy? For some of you, there's a combination, right? And so people see you as really happy, motivated, you're passionate and then excited. You're having this opportunity to move forward, whatever it is for you, whether you're becoming yourself and you're getting to be yourself, or whether you're creating and manifesting something that you're passionate about, whether it's a relationship or a job opportunity, whatever it is for you. You got some people that are wishing the worst for you. Oh, I hope it doesn't work for Gemini. Gemini doesn't deserve that. Gemini doesn't appreciate that. Gemini wouldn't know what to do with it. And then you got other people like, dang, Gemini is amazing. I've learned a lot from Gemini. Gemini has really went through it and has like really grown and shown their growth. I'm proud of Gemini. So you got opposition in your environment. You got some people who are happy for you and some people who aren't. Some people who are here to stick it through for the long haul. People are signing up for you, with you, and they're going to stay. They're going to be your long-term contributors, your long-term cheerleaders. Then you have other people who are plotting and wishing for your downfall. Okay? So make sure, Gemini, you're using your intuition and discernment to know who those are, because I feel like some people who are having this kind of energy are acting like they have your best interest at heart, but they're really sneaky and deceptive. So be careful with that. Tiffany, woo, yes, I am so glad you're on here. I am so grateful. I wanted to, sorry guys, I saw Tiffany come up here and that distracted me. I've been thinking about you all day ever since I read your comment on there. And I was like, I wanted to do like a personal reading for you. So I'm really glad that you got on here. After I get done with all this, which shouldn't be much longer, we're going to get into a couple personals. So stick around. And you're definitely, if you want to, you're going to be one of those people. So let me finish this. Your hopes and or fears. You have the 8 of Swords. So you're fearing that you're going to be stuck in your thoughts. You're fearing that this cycle, that whatever this is mentally for you, that you keep on kind of like it's basically like, oh, I cleaned that. I thought I fixed that. I healed that. And then you go back and like, oh, there's still something there. It's basically like you took out the trash and you go into the next room and like, oh, there's still some more trash there. I thought I already took out all the trash. So you take that out and then you go into the next room and then still some more trash. So you're like finding bits and pieces there. Like the more you evaluate your thoughts, the more you like clear things up. There's there's more little things that kind of sneak in and they're like, hey, remember this? Don't forget about that. And so I feel like there's thoughts that cycle through you that you're kind of tired of that energy and you're waiting for that to kind of finalize. And I feel like you're fearful of like having these cycles kind of continue through the rest of your life. I feel like there's a nervousness, there's like a lot of anxiety at times. Like some of your thoughts invoke a physical reaction, even though they're just thoughts. They might cause you to like have like a shortness of breath, or like cause you to like breathe heavily, or like your heartbeat to race. There's something that some of your thoughts that you have cause you to have physical reactions to them. And I feel like you're fearful that there's going to be an energy always like kind of like holding that over you. But I feel like there's an energy like you've healed a lot, Gemini. Oh, this is a lot of cards. But I always say I'm not one of those readers who say it's too much. If it came out, it came out for a reason. So we have the 7 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So there was offers that were extended to you that were sneaky and shady. They were kind of deceptive, right? There were things that you, like you were sold a dream and you bought it at times, right? It caused you to feel disappointed. It caused you also, though, to know what you want by knowing what you don't want, right? There's been hurt. There's been disappointment. There's been people neglecting you and abandoning you. But you're healing through that energy. You're not allowing that to overtake you anymore. You're not allowing that to control you anymore. You're healing that energy. But again, these thoughts of yours, Gemini, you got to get out of your thoughts. Focus on what you're passionate about. When you have those invading thoughts, focus and remind yourself of what inspires you, what motivates you. Where are you currently at? What are you currently doing? What is your environment in your surroundings in that moment? Get out of your thoughts. Cord cutting is a great method. I love that, Sandy. All right. And then you have the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups. So definitely, Gemini, there's something like you are intended to have this, just like you're loving and you're kind and you're affectionate and you like you want to have fun and be playful. You deserve that. You're going to have that come in at some point in time, and you're going to have some sort of celebration because of that. Once that comes in, I feel like there's going to be a great release for you, and you're going to have great, like, there's going to be just joy, great joy. And I feel like, sorry, that was the Death card. So we had the Queen of Wands, and then the Death card just like threw itself at my face. And then when I picked it up, it was in the reverse. But when it came out, it was in the upright. So what this is telling me is your confidence goes back and forth. One moment you're confident, one moment you're not. One moment you're like solid on like whatever decision forward that you made. And then like the next you might be doubting elements of it, like wanting to tweak like pieces of it. Or there's like something that changed and like you're confident about it one moment and the next you're like doubting, should I have done that? Was that the right thing to do? But I feel like there's a balance that comes in from you walking away from person, places, or things that are no longer emotionally satisfying for you. The things that make you feel sad and disappointed and lonely and defeated, you need to walk away from that energy, Gemini, even if it's your own thoughts. Like if you're thinking about a memory or if you're thinking about something you did or whatever it is, if it does not invoke happiness within you, change your thoughts, change your environment, change your and we have the World card, right? There's a change coming in, Gemini, to bring balance, to bring healing, to restore your your outlook, your view. Like you need to be living in your optimism. You need to optimize your options. Basically, you need to be happy. You need to be abundant. And then you have the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So you need to hold on to this energy of being like, I think that person like really did, like that person did as much as they can do to me. And I'm not sure how I'm even standing here, but I am, and I'm here to fight another fight. You need to hold on to that energy. Like for some of you, if people are trying to come back in, don't forget so easily the lessons that they taught you. They put you through a difficult moment and you weren't sure if you're going to get through it. You experienced something, right? And it taught you something. And Gemini, I feel like you want to be optimistic. You want to be happy. You want to get along with people. So even when they put in this energy, you like easily dismiss it and give them the benefit of the doubt. Spirit's advising you to hold on to these memories. Don't be resentful, and like still make sure that you're kind and compassionate and loving and forgiving and things like that. But don't forget the lessons learned, okay? Don't always give the benefit of the doubt. You deserve better than that. Yay. Okay, hold on. You're intended to be loved, to feel loved. Okay. So remember at the beginning when I got that message about things that you experience are much more long lasting and higher impact than something that if somebody else was to experience that and tell you about it, you feeling it more is like it's bigger impact than somebody telling you about it. You feeling it and you being impacted is the highest thing that it is for you than somebody else could be telling you a story. Sorry, my words are retarded right now. Basically, if you experience something yourself, you know that, you know the feeling, you know how it is, and you can relate to it, versus if somebody tells you that, nobody could tell you how something feels. Like if they tell you, oh, that's how love feels. How do you know how love feels if you don't know love? If you have not felt that feeling, how could you say, like if you've been blind your whole life and you've never seen the ocean, how could you say what the ocean looks like if you've never seen something? If you have not experienced it, it's not the same until you do. So somebody could tell you about something all day until they're blue in the face. But until you experience it, though that information, those times, they're just falling on deaf ears because it doesn't have the impact until you experience it. You, Gemini, are intended to feel and experience love, to know that you are blessed and you are intuitively guided and that spirit has your back and spirit has been having your back. There's something that you have your eye on a prize, and I feel like you feel neglected and abandoned by spirit, like it's a joke because it hasn't came through. You've worked towards something and it hasn't came through yet, and you're still waiting. But I felt like you, Gemini, are intended, spirit intends for you to know this feeling, not just hear about it, not just see it in pictures or like fun, like Christmas cards or whatever, not watch it in other people's lives. You, Gemini, are supposed to know this feeling of love, genuine, secure, stable love, to give it, to receive it, all of it. Like you are supposed to know this feeling. Spirit wants you to know that feeling. You're supposed to have joy. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to, like when you go to sleep, Gemini, don't be thinking about your disappointments. Think about your joy. Think about your clarity. Think about your truth as you go to sleep at night. Like make sure that your thoughts when you drift off to sleep are full of happiness, full of abundance, full of what you're dreaming your future to be. Because when you're allowing yourself to think about it, especially as you go to sleep, that's when you're most manifesting. And we saw a bunch of cards about manifesting. So I feel like there's an energy of like, you need to be aware that spirit intends for you. This is something that you intended for yourself, and it's intended for you to know what true love feels like, to know what this to have this experience and know what this is, instead of just listening to people talk about it or watch it being in a movie or something in the environment around you. So this joy, this clarity, this truth within you, it's important that you are thinking about this as you're going to sleep. If you're not allowing yourself to think because you're thinking about something, make sure that it's only happy, positive thoughts, Gemini, as much as possible. Okay? All right. I'm telling you. All right. A final outcome should things remain the same. You have the 7 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay. So I actually like this energy for you, Gemini. I feel like you're going to be evaluating things, like you're going to be like critiquing what you're evaluating, what you're doing, how you like for some of you, how you dress, what kind of vehicles you drive, what your environment looks like. But I feel like there's something where you're going to be looking at, how do I do things and how do I want to do things? How do I want my environment to look and behave? And I feel like there's like some sort of change coming in for you. There's a path, there's a direction, there's a choice you need to make. And I feel like nobody can make it but you. Like, even though like other people might be involved or tied up in it in some way, shape, or form, only you can make this decision, pick this path. But I feel like you're going to have to evaluate it. You're going to have to like really look at things. Just don't just jump into this choice, Gemini. Whatever this is for you, make sure that you're really thinking it through, even if you need some time to think about it. Like, there's a decision to be made here, and I don't feel like you can take it lightly. You have the 2 of Wands surrounded by the 7 of Pentacles and the Hermit card. So whatever this choice is for you, this movement, this path, this direction, this choice is for you, you definitely need to evaluate it. You need to spend some time alone evaluating it, in fact. You and spirit only. Like, don't take other people's advice into account. Yours only, because this is a direction for you. This is something that you need to choose on your path. Okay. All right. Let's see. Any final messages for the final? All right. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Justice, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Okay. So I actually like this really well for you. You need to have this forward movement, Gemini. No more procrastinating, no more excuses, no more nothing. One step forward, one step forward, one step forward. All of a sudden, you look back and you walk the mile. There's something in regards to your stability, your foundation, which you're going to have your, like, your grandchildren will be able to touch this. Whatever this is, you're trying to manifest and create something. It's going to have long-term gains for sure, as long as you go about it the right way. Whether it's a relationship, if it's a relationship, this is somebody who's going to be around long-term. This is somebody who's going to be dependable. They're going to go to work like they're supposed to. They're going to contribute to the environment like they're supposed to. I feel like you're going to be able to count on them when you're having hard times. They're going to make an offer, a committed offer towards you. And they're not going to take any no. They're going to show you that they have an interest, and they're going to have, like, they're going to be honest and fair with you. I feel like they're going to fight other people for you. They see you as their wish fulfillment. They want to have a solid, stable environment, and they're willing to fight for it. If this is a job or something, like you're trying to create an like an enterprise or some sort of business or something, I feel like it definitely has some forward movement, quick gains, I heard. But at the same time, you have to invest in it. You have to do some work in it too. You have to nurture it. You have to invest. And there has to be, like, honesty and integrity, truth in conversations. And I feel like there's going to be stability. There's going to be like some sort of conversation. Like, you're going to, like, for some of you, you might be making a tarot business. Or there's, like, some sort of communication business that's going to bring clarity and truth into situations that people are confused about. They need truth in a situation to feel solid and stable. All right. Take that as that resonates for you. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. So don't stop fighting for this, Gemini, whatever this is for you. Whatever this is that you're motivated and passionate and inspired towards, make sure you keep on moving forward towards that. All right. Okay. Tiffany Hatchlet, are you still on here? Sasa. Hi, Sasa. All right. So definitely, for sure, I want to get Shawnee, Tiffany, Sandy, and Shasha if you guys are interested. But for sure, Tiffany, if you're on here, let me know so we can do your personal reading. But I'm only going to be on here for a couple minutes more, guys. So if you're on here and you're interested in getting a personal, let me know you're on and you're interested. And this is how I like to do mine. Don't ask me no questions. I don't like to lead the witness. Just let me know that you're interested, and we'll see what cards come out for you. And then if you have questions from there, then you can ask questions from there. But I always like to see what Spirit provides. And I don't like to, like, don't lead the witness, you know? Don't give me advanced information. Just tell me that you're interested, pull you some cards, and we'll pull you cards, and we'll see what Spirit wants to talk about. All right, Sasa, we're going to start with you. This is going to be for Sasa. Sorry, there was a pre-message in there, but I kind of got distracted and messed that one up. So Sorry about that. Sasa. This, okay. So you have the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So this is telling me there's some like higher level of commitment. There's some sort of a knowledge, or you learn something deeper. And then the King of Wands, this is something that you're passionate about. Somebody might have took some sort of forward action towards you. The Four of Swords, something healing. So the combination of these makes me feel like there might have been a relationship that had a falling out, and that now somebody's wanting to heal something. Somebody's wanting to fix something, like recommit, or like learn a truth or reveal a truth in regards to something that they're passionate about. And then the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're married. This might be like it's a higher level of commitment. You have the King and Queen of Wands and the Hierophant. Now you have the Eight of Pentacles. So I felt like somebody's wanting to work at something. Somebody's wanting to build and create something. Is this resonating, Sasa? Bottom of this deck is the King of Pentacles. So it talks about having like some sort of movement in your stability, in your environment, in your home environment. All right, Sasa. You have Justice. So something is coming into light. Some truth is being revealed. Something is being disclosed. Some sort of something that was unfair is being corrected. Then you have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Swords. So you're stuck in your thoughts, finding it very difficult to settle down and like just settle and go to sleep. You're stuck thinking. So again, I'm being reminded of this energy of if you're going to be thinking and you're going to be up and you're just going to be laying in bed, do not allow it to be negative thoughts. Make sure, I don't even know where that was up here. Sorry, I don't know where it was, but there was an energy earlier of you're not being able to sleep. So since you find yourself up anyways, thinking and laying in bed, make sure you're intentionally changing your thoughts to be positive. If you're thinking that that person is untrustworthy, intentionally change your focus to be like, sorry. You basically want to do words of affirmation instead. You intentionally want to change your focus. And when you speak something, it makes your mind kind of in line with it better. So basically, if I'm sitting there and I'm laying in bed and I'm having negative thoughts about my spouse or my job or whatever that is, instead, I'm going to tell myself, I'm a divine being. I am destined to have a life full of success and love and joy and honesty. I am honest with my people in my environment, and my people are honest with me in the environment. So whatever it is that you're feeling negative energy, you contradict that with words of affirmation that positively say the opposite of what you're feeling or thinking. I hope that makes sense. So there's this energy of like, you need to be kind of defensive about what you're thinking about, especially when you're going to sleep. Okay. You need to leave those negative thoughts behind. The Six of Swords, like leaving those toxic thoughts, those like people said something or they did something that wasn't helpful, or kind of like you're like refiltering or like reevaluating something like an experience or something that somebody said. And so that's causing you to kind of like one thought leads to another thought that's similar, right? So if you think about your spouse saying something crappy to you, and then you think about something else they said, and then you start thinking about things they did, and then everything's questionable at that point. But you're being advised to stop thinking. Like if you find yourself thinking like negatively, like instead go over a gratitude list. Like if you cannot change your thoughts to be positive, completely change your thought. If you can't, like if thinking about your spouse is difficult, or like there's wobble energy in that, and you can't feel grounded and stable and like just calm, then intentionally change your thoughts. Like shoot, maybe you like to make dinner. So start thinking about that. Maybe you like to watch videos on YouTube. So start thinking about that. Maybe you like to like I don't know, listen to music. Whatever it is for you that you find happy, motivating, encouraging, and inspired, intentionally change your thoughts to be on that energy instead of thinking about this person, if they're trustworthy or not. You have the Justice card. So honestly, whatever is going to be done in the darkness is always going to come to light. You are intended to live a life that is fair and balanced for you. And so if somebody's doing something behind your back, Spirit's going to make it known to you. So you don't have to sit there. You don't have to sit there and thinking about it and being on guard with it. Like, let your thoughts settle down, because whatever is going to be, like, whatever comes, like, Spirit's already got your back. Like, Spirit's going ahead and making sure things are like balanced and fair. And best believe, if people are in your environment are not being fair and they're not being honest and trustworthy, Spirit's working on them. Let's see what else. Let's see. Saw. What else for Saw? All right, you got a bunch of cards here. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. You have the Judgment. So, sorry, my lighting's kind of crazy. So you have the Judgment. So I feel like you're looking at things, you're evaluating things, trying to figure out, like, is that fair? Was that fair? Should I have done that? Should they have done that? Was that the next proper action? And then the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like there's like this energy of like, you are looking at what you've done and sorry, I don't know why that card looks like that. So you're looking at what you've done and you feel like, hey, I'm good. I didn't do anything untrustworthy. I did what was fair. Hold on. Yeah, I feel like you didn't do anything wrong. And then we have the Devil card and the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Chariot. Okay. Okay. There might be a concern of a third-party energy. I don't know for sure yet. We're going to pull some more cards. But I feel like there's a lot of mental conflict that causes conflict in your actual environment. You have the Judgment with the 9 of Pentacles. So you're evaluating yourself. You're evaluating your environment. You're evaluating your behavior in it. And then you have the Devil. There's some sort of toxic tendencies, codependency. Somebody might not be with somebody for the right reasons. I'm getting there's like a financial, it just looks like gold at the bottom of her feet, right? Like little, like they're flowers. Like if you look at it, they're flowers, but it looks like little gold nuggets at the bottom of their feet. So somebody might feel like one person in this environment or the connection like is good for their stability or good for their resources in some way, shape, or form. But there's some sort of toxic energies in regards to how people move in what they're passionate about. There's like, somebody has like, there's this energy of like, I have something like I had this person wrapped around my finger if I wanted them to. And I feel like somebody doesn't always act in integrity. They don't always behave in the best way, in the best light. And I feel like that energy is kind of being evaluated. It's definitely being evaluated. And it's causing somebody to be stuck in their thoughts. Like, is that fair? Was that true? Should I continue to build with this? Should I continue to do this or not? Are they passionate about me? Are they passionate about somebody else? Are they having forward movement elsewhere? And then you have the Empress. So I felt like the Chariot and the Empress, I felt like there's this quick, sudden movement, and somebody realizes like what they want to create. There might be a sudden child. There might be a pregnancy in here. But I felt like there's this energy of people they're not mindful of how they act when they're passionate. And that causes mental conflict for them or somebody else in their environment. But I feel like it's not necessarily, I feel like it's more like Okay, so it's like Virgo, or not Virgo. Gemini is known to flirt, right? So people say, oh, Gemini is not trustworthy, but that's not always true. Claims to care, but yeah. So Shasha, listening to your intuition, like definitely, I was getting that energy very strongly with this card. Even I don't know why it's coming up like that. You guys can't even see it. So this is the Judgment card, and there's no pentacles in here at all. But I kept seeing these flowers as like the little, like those little gold nuggets. And somebody keeps like working on something. There's this toxic energy. There's like some sort of like, there's toxicity in the way that people behave when they're passionate and when they're inspired and they're moving forward towards something. Somebody's evaluating something. Is it worth looking? Is it worth still doing this? I'm tired of being stuck in my thoughts, but I'm still passionate about this person. I want to have forward movement and I want to create something. Be careful, because if you're not pregnant, you might get pregnant. I'm not getting that this person is cheating though. Are they cheating? Oh shit. Okay. Okay, first off, this is just a tarot reading. It's a game, so take it as it resonates. Don't force the messages and don't shoot the messenger. When I asked if your person is cheating, we got the 3 of Swords and the Page of Wands. The combination of these two is like the Page of Wands. You can't really tell it in this deck, but this card usually represents the male magic stick, and passionate excitement, like adult situations. I'm gonna say that, and being disappointed and hurt and heartbroken from it. So your person might cheat. Your person might have a wandering eye. Something that they're passionate about causes some sort of hurt and disappointment within you. So be very careful of that, Shasha. Always follow your intuition, but at the same time, don't allow a reading to tell you your life if it's not resonating with you. But if you're having any doubts about this person, I would say that those doubts, that your intuition is telling you something for a reason. Your intuition is trying to protect you, potentially, because like these 2 cards, if these 2 cards came out and I'm asking if somebody cheated and these 2 cards came out, it's a yes. You have the Queen of Wands. I'm going to answer that question next. You have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. So you're confident about something. You're like, you want what you want, and that's your truth. Nobody could tell you anything. You wouldn't allow somebody to tell you anything. Like there's something that you know that you're confident, like you know this to be true, and nobody could tell you anything different. You have the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So I don't like your person's energy, to be honest, not to be a jerk. And I hope this isn't offensive to you in any way, shape, or form. But your person kind of, I don't like their energy. They're sneaky and deceptive. This has came out in more ways than one. More ways than one. 7 of Cups, their offer is kind of deceptive. Their offer is like, I'm going to give you the sun, moon, the stars. But really, at the end of the day, those are just words I'm telling you. I'm selling you a pipe dream. Like this person is not about their business. Queen of Pentacles and the Temperance. There's something they have, like their investment is financial. Yeah, very much manipulative. Like they're in this for their stability. They're in this for their environment, to make sure that their environment is comfortable for them. They need to bring balance. They need to have internal balance within themselves. They need to go look at the mirror and see like who the hell lies to people. Like, how can I be like, basically, I feel like this person, in order to have this stability for themselves, they're going to tell somebody like, that's going to be us over there. We're going to get there together. We're going to work together to get all that way. This hard journey, we're going to do it together. I feel like this person will say whatever they need to in order to have this environment that they're wanting, that feels stable for them. But really, they just need to go on an internal journey and kind of like have this internal balance. Like, nobody can teach them their lesson. Like, again, that message at the beginning, somebody has to experience it themselves. Like, nobody cares. Like, you can pay their bills all you want. You can work until your life is worked away, and they're going to be chilling the whole time. But best believe they didn't learn anything. They didn't grow. They didn't develop. They need to learn. They need to be more mature. They need to have an internal balance. But they can't do that if somebody's always learning their lessons and wiping their nose for them. Like, please, go put your big boy girl pants on and come to the real world and handle business. Because if you're a man, be a man. If you're a woman, be a woman. Don't sit there and act like a kid and try to be in the adult role. If you're an adult, be an adult. You're a kid, be a kid. You don't see the adults playing in the playgrounds. Well, some of us, I'm not going to lie, I play in the playground sometimes. I think everybody should always be a kid at heart. But at the end of the day, I get up and I go to work. I have 2 freaking jobs right now, and I'm trying to get my YouTube going on. So technically, I have 2.5 jobs. I got a lot going on. Not only do I talk my shit, but I also walk it. So if you ain't, then why are you even talking? And I feel like your person, like, they're willing to say whatever they need to say to have whatever kind of lifestyle they're wanting to have. All right. Is Shasha's person having a baby? You have the Knight of Cups. There's going to definitely be some sort of emotional forward movement towards something that they have no investment in. Is it a baby? King of Cups, the Death card, and the Knight of Pentacles. It might be whatever it is. I'm not sure if it is a baby. It might be. You have the Empress out. But I feel like whether it's a baby or not, this person, your person, is having forward movement towards something that they have an emotional investment in. And that's going to cause some sort of ending in some way, shape, or form in regards to how they see their environment. So I would think that like your person's doing something right now that's going to cause some sort of ending in their environment because of what they're acting towards in their emotions. They might even like this doesn't even have to necessarily be emotional elements, but being that it's a cups and not the wands, I'm assuming like they might be interested in a person and they just like invest in that person, even if they don't actually have physical contact. But either way, it's an action from them towards something that's going to cause an ending in how they see their environment currently. Okay, I'm going to pull your future for you, and I'm also going to pull Spirit's advice for you. Future for Sean. 3 of Cups, yes. So no worries, no matter what. Things are always working out for your greater good, always. Things are going to, like, this speaks of a celebration, Shawnee. There's a celebration coming in for you. There's something good coming in your future. You just have to follow your intuition, align with your intuition, and do as you're told. I always do as I am told, even when it's weird and awkward and uncomfortable. Do as you're told, and Spirit will bless you. You're going to be shown the path. There's going to be something for you to, like, there's a great celebration coming in for you. You're going to be happy at the end of this. Like I was telling you, like, you are intended. Gemini, I don't know where that card is either. Gemini is intended to feel loved and abundant, to feel like life is good, not to just say it, not just to see it, but to actually feel it, to know it to be true because you lived it and experienced it. Queen of Swords. You know it to be true because you lived it and experienced it. Whatever this is for you, Gemini, I'm very happy and excited for you. There's some sort of truth coming in and clarity. Like, you're going to know this to be true for you because this is true for you, and nobody can tell you different because your intuition tells you, you know that you know that you know. There's some sort of growth and development. I see a bunch of butterflies in the background right there. There's some sort of change. There's positive progression forward. I like that. All right, now let's also get Spirit's advice for Shani. Shasha. Spirit's advice for Shasha. Okay. Hold on, guys. Tiffany Hatchett, are you on here? Tiffany Hatchett, are you on? All right, Spirit's advice for Shasha. Spirit's advice for Shasha. All right, this will be our last shuffle. All right, Spirit's advice. Yes. Focus on your wish fulfillment. Think positive thoughts, especially when you're going to bed, right? Knight of Wands. You need to take that forward, passionate movement. You need to be focusing on your wish fulfillment and move towards that. Don't be focusing on some person, place, or thing that is causing you more doubt, more confusion, more hurt, more sorrow, more disappointment, more neglect, more doubt. I think I already said doubt. But move forward towards the things that you're passionate about. Like, don't even give somebody don't give them the time of day. If they're not contributing and adding to your energy and making you feel better, there's no time for them. You have to be focusing on what you feel good about. There's some sort of wish fulfillment for you, Shasha, that's coming in. And you need to be focusing and moving towards that. Nothing else. I think that's great advice. All right. That has been your reading. I appreciate you all being on here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to catch you again tomorrow, but I'm going to work late tomorrow. So I might not be on here until Saturday morning, but I will definitely be on here soon. My pleasure, Shasha. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys all being on here. Until next time, don't forget to be kind to yourself and to others. And make sure you're kind and loving yourself as well. Make sure you give yourself that bubble bath, that flower, that cheesecake, whatever it is for you. Make sure you're giving yourself the attention and the time that you need. Make sure you're filling back your cup. Love and light always.